Thanks for joining me, Nancy. We have Nancy Roberts here. She is an art instructor at Logan View Elementary School, and she's here to talk a little bit about her show today. Nancy, would you like to give your students a shout out?
Oh, I would love to. Hey, LVE, hope you all enjoyed this. If you are watching it, you are my inspiration sometimes.
How is teaching art during the pandemic? How has it changed?
Oh, well, now we're back in school and have been fine, but during the spring of last year, it was difficult. All I could do was I didn't even do videos then. I was not very adept with that. And if I had it now, I would probably do some Zoom with different classes, but I could just do a step-by-step thing that I emailed to their parents or themselves and hope that they enjoyed it and got something out of it. That was difficult.
Did you get to see the projects then? I mean, did they send them into school or they?
Some of them would email me back pictures and I loved that. That made me happy. And some got very creative and would do things with chalk outside with the project. And I just loved that they explored different ways to create their art. It gives you an avenue to relieve your stress because you can concentrate on something else. You can become absorbed into it and forget about what's going on around you, especially for those that had very stressful lives at home. Well, with the ocean ones, especially with the blues and the turquoises, it gives that calming effect and a very peaceful place to be. And most of my ones were done during the pandemic.
Okay.
Because that was a place I guess I wanted to be over where I was. So it gave me that sense of being there. I like Kandinsky as a teaching tool because of the creativity and the fluid motions that he would use, and yet he would use those stark lines to break things up. It gives the kids something to go with that they don't feel like they have to have great talent to do, that they can just freely put lines and colors down and be inspired that way. And I did quite a few of my own with that kind of an inspiration. It's really quite liberating because I do like detail in a lot of my artwork, and just to have that kind of freedom, like it's okay to just put lines and colors here and flow with it and show the students that you can create your own artwork in a person's style and still have it your own.
What draws you to art? What draws you to keep coming back?
I guess it's a passion to create. I enjoy being able to sit down, look at this photograph that I have and draw it. I guess sometimes I'm amazed that I can create what I can. I just think God blessed me with such a talent that I want to share it because it's just kind of a part of who I am, and I enjoy it immensely. I can't imagine my life without it. I think it would be very sad and hard for me to cope with things without my art.
Also, you mentioned that during the pandemic, you created several pieces that are actually in the show. And these pieces reflect a desire of yours to kind of try new things and push yourself to try new things. So my question is, why do you think this is important? And what new skills were you exploring in these pieces?
Well, as you can see by my pencil drawings, they're very detailed. And it's like, okay, I need to learn how to loosen up. This way I can teach my students that it doesn't have to be those precise lines and perfect looks. So it helps me expand as being a better teacher and trying to loosen my paintworks. In fact, there's one right above my head, the bright sunrise. It was one of those that I think it took me 45 minutes just to say, okay, we're just going to put colors down and see what happens. And that kind of explores the colors a little more than what just having everything planned out and precise. And I think that's a good feeling to just worry about the colors and not everything else.
Sure. And I think you mentioned also using different tools in some of these
Oh,
explorations.
yes, palette knives. I uh, did one that was almost completely palette knife until I got the colors, and that's like, oh, that kind of looks like a cloud. Let's put a little bit extra in, or that maybe a wave. And then I added a little with a brush, but otherwise it was a palette knife. And that is a completely foreign thing. I mean, it will make areas thick and thin, and you can almost even draw with it into the wet paint. It's kind of an interesting tool.
That is interesting. You mentioned that your students inspire you, and I can see that your trips to Florida inspire you as well.
Yes, they do.
What other things inspire you?
Well, my inspiration for my pencil drawings came because I was going to be part of the Cattleman's Ball, and they have places that you can set up your wares and you can sell things. And I was going to have those, and I thought, these are the type of people that would enjoy animals. And I love animals. And I thought, well, okay, inspiration. Let's go find some pictures and talk to people about things they've seen and done and get some pencil drawings. And some of them actually went together very quickly, faster than I thought. It's like, okay, I'm getting better at this pencil drawing thing. It's coming faster. But that was my inspiration. I have a friend down in Kansas that raises horses, and she had some of the most amazing pictures with their mothers and their fillies and colts and stuff. So it's like, okay, I need to do some of these.
So was that the inspiration for the mother and baby?
Yes,
drawing?
yes, showing that even animals have great love for their children, for their babies. You can see it in their eyes, and photos. Many of them have just depicted that so well that I wanted to project that with the drawings.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for coming, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for doing the interview, and thank you for being just creative and an educator.
Thank you.